News 10 forecast first.
Good morning, everyone. Rain chances high for this morning. Heavier rainfall, flash flooding, all definitely possible through the morning and through the early afternoon. 70 degrees later on this afternoon, with rainfall beginning to break up a bit. Full details and a look at live Doppler 10 coming up in just a few minutes. Passe Partout begins right now.
Right now, a train derailment caused thousands of gallons of acid to spill into a North Louisiana town. And newly released video of Tyree Nichols's deadly arrest is sparking protests across the country.
Live from Acadiana, your local news leader, this is Passe Partout.
Good morning, Acadiana. I thank you for joining us. We start first in Lafayette Parish, where a Scott man is in jail and another person injured after a home invasion and shooting. This all happened on Pitt Road in Scott just after midnight Friday. After an investigation by the sheriff's office, a 40-year-old Russell Poche was identified as a suspect. He was later arrested and charged with attempted first-degree murder. Investigators say the victim he shot has non-life-threatening injuries. Now to Opelousas, where police are searching for a suspect in the deadly shooting of a young woman. Now, the victim's mother is now speaking out on this about the tragic loss of her daughter. News 10's Dawson D'Amico spoke with her about her daughter's life and the violence plaguing Opelousas.
Kiara Valant of Opelousas was one day away from celebrating her 30th birthday when she was put in a hospital after being shot multiple times. After her passing, Valant's family says Kiara was a kind person with nothing but love for everyone.
She had a smile. She wasn't a talkative person, but she was a people person. And everybody that she came in contact with took a liking, took a loving to her.
On the evening of January 16th, Kiara Valant was sitting in her parked car on Elementary Lane when her car got riddled with bullets by an unknown shooter. She was rushed to the hospital where she was in critical condition until she passed away on January 27th. Speaking with her family, they say Valant was a hard worker as she went through life juggling work, studying to be a nurse at SLCC, and raising her son, Caden.
Very humble, to herself person. She never was a street type person. Like I said, she wasn't perfect and she had flaws like everybody else. But I mean, for them to do that to her, she wasn't a street type person. She never did drugs or anything. And it just took her from me, took her from my son, my 8-year-old son.
As her memory lives on, Valant's loved ones speak about what they will miss the most about her.
I'm gonna miss them. I miss her car pulling up. I miss her voice. Just miss her playing. They robbed the sweet soul from me.
We're gonna make it. We're gonna stick together. We're gonna be there, like Kiara said. Be there, sexy black. And I'm gonna miss calling her. Come on, Kiara, I'm ready.
She was down to earth. You need something, all you gotta do is ask her. If she ain't got it, she remind me of my papa. When she get it, she gonna make sure you got it. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, be need, you know.
In Opelousas, Dawson D'Amico, KLFY, News 10.
Investigators are still searching for the suspect. Police are asking anyone with information to please come forward. Then in St. Mary Parish, a Morgan City man is in jail after a shooting. A 35-year-old Barry Lee Jones is charged with attempted murder. Morgan City police responded to reports of shots fired Friday evening. When officers arrived, witnesses gave a description of the suspect. Police located Jones in the area, who fit the witness's description. He was detained while detectives investigated. According to reports, Jones and the victim of the shooting were in a verbal fight when Jones threatened the victim and pulled out a firearm. The victim tried to leave. As they were doing so, Jones fired multiple shots, we're told. The victim, however, was not struck. Detectives later uncovered evidence linking Jones to that shooting. They also learned he was a convicted felon, which prohibits him from carrying a firearm. Then a train derailment in a small North Louisiana town leading to a major acid spill, and residents there, they had to evacuate their homes. Jalen Jackson has more on the cleanup effort.
A train derailment in Keachai, Louisiana caused residents to evacuate from their homes last night after over 10,000 gallons of acid products were spilled from one of the train cars.
It was 126 residences that we ultimately were able to make contact with and evacuate, and we were able to do that fairly quickly.
Sheriff Jason Richardson says they have even blocked off the area by a 2-mile radius for safety reasons, but he does expect it to change sooner than later.
We have some air quality monitoring going on currently that Union Pacific and a contractor is conducting, and that is looking promising that we may be able to reduce that perimeter as the day goes on.
And with many families temporarily displaced from their homes, the Stonewall Community Center has opened its doors for the residents of the Keachai community.
The town of Stonewall wishes to open its doors open to anybody that needs a place to come to. We welcome everybody, and if this thing continues for a few days, would be a pleasure to have you here.
Sheriff Jason Richardson says his intention is to have most residents back in their homes by Saturday night, and even if that doesn't happen, Mayor Ken Kafka of Stonewall says their doors are always open for neighbors.
Everybody's a neighbor in DeSoto Parish.
Very true there. In Baton Rouge, attorneys representing 2 suspects in the rape investigation of the LSU's Madison Brooks are speaking out. It comes after newly released video of a woman believed to be Brooks leaving a Tigerland bar. The footage was taken less than 2 hours before authorities say she was hit and killed by a vehicle. The attorney representing the suspects claim they have more video evidence that shows the sex was consensual. Here's more on what the suspects' attorneys are saying.
This surveillance footage of Madison Brooks leaving Reggie's bar hours before her death and alleged rape. You can see her go with 4 men who are facing charges in relation to her alleged sexual assault. Today, their attorneys spoke to the public.
My client and their clients all left, and they were getting ready to leave, and Miss Brooks approached them from the bar. And I think the video is the best evidence of what happened.
Almost 2 weeks ago, Brooks left the Tigerland bar with Kayvon Washington, Everett Lee, Kason Carver, and a juvenile. In the car, the juvenile and Washington allegedly raped her while Carver and Lee sat up front. But their attorneys say they have more video evidence proving she agreed to have sex.
2 defendants who engaged in a consensual sexual act with Ms. Brooks did so after obtaining verbal consent.
Police records say Brooks had a blood alcohol level nearly 4 times the legal limit, but the defense is questioning the evidence.
Until our experts can look at what happened, we believe that the BAC that they're saying is inaccurate.
East Baton Rouge District Attorney Hiller Moore says the evidence will be evaluated further.
Is what is in the arrest warrant, whether it's accurate or not, I anticipate that it is, but I'm sure that further testing will be done by both parties.
Carver and Lee are charged with principal to 3rd-degree rape. The unnamed 17-year-old in Washington are charged with 3rd-degree rape, but that could be changed to 1st degree.
That surely is a possibility, but again, I can't even make that decision as the DA because I don't know what all the facts are. This young lady has not even been laid to rest. Her parents are grieving, and I think we should give them some time.
So the DA says he'll be presenting his evidence to a grand jury, and they will determine the final charges before a trial. In national news, protests are erupting across the country after Memphis police released video Friday of a daily arrest of Tyree Nichols, while 5 officers have been arrested and charged with his murder. Protesters, they say they want to see more change.
Tyree Nichols! Tyree Nichols! Tyree Nichols! Tyree Nichols!
Another name has been added to the long list of those killed by police brutality, and another video has taken the nation by storm.
Allow this moment to radicalize you.
Pushing people into the streets, protesting and marching against police brutality and social injustice after lengthy and graphic video of an unarmed man named Tyree Nichols was beaten to death by 5 Memphis police officers after a traffic stop.
Watch out, watch out!
I watched the video last night with my family, and as a pro-life family, it really hurt me.
The NAACP Charlotte Mecklenburg branch held a march in front of the Mecklenburg County Courthouse. Several people joined with signs in support for not only Tyree Nichols, but other lives lost to police brutality.
I want to challenge those who live in this city, but those who live in our area who are pro-life, to be pro-all life.
Yes.
And that's, I think, what this is about. You can walk and chew gum at the same time. I can be for police, but also want to hold them accountable.
Tyree! Tyree!
It doesn't matter that the officers were black. What matters is this system that says blue trumps black.
Dozens of people marched from the courthouse to the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department headquarters and then to Marshall Park. CMPD Chief Johnny Jennings and other members of the department were also there. In a 5-part tweet thread, Jennings shared his thoughts about the incident, saying, "I share in the anger and outrage that comes from this tragedy. There's always more to be done as we continue to improve police and community relationships. We must evolve and we must strive to be better."
We need to get together to change the policies that makes it okay for black and brown people in America to be endangered species like they're not human.
I was a believer in reforms, body cams, de-escalation, anti-bias training. We've spent hundreds of millions of dollars on those things. It doesn't work. The problem is policing.
The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
Trevor Sonier over in the Weather Center set us straight with all this rain that we're having today.
Yeah, it's coming down pretty heavy out there now. Rainfall rates at about a ½ inch per hour, but I am seeing more rainfall rates of 1 inch per hour. So the heavier the rain gets, the more likelihood of flash flooding. So we'll be watching very closely that radar for this morning. Let's take a look at live Doppler 10. In fact, we have a swath of rainfall pretty much right over Acadiana now. Pretty much all of Acadiana with the exception of Iberia and St. Mary getting rainfall at this time. Looping it into motion, this is working from southwest to northeast. Most of the rainfall, again, is a moderate to heavier rainfall, but where you see the thunderstorms, that's when it can really come down hard. Even if it is for a short period of time, it adds up through the day. In these thunderstorms, you may get 1 inch to 1.5 inches per hour. If you see that for an hour, several times during the day, those rainfall totals begin to pile up, and that's when flash flooding begins to occur. We're not seeing much of that right now. It's still early, though, and I think this rain will continue to sit over us through the morning hours, and that's why the National Weather Service has gone ahead and issued a flood watch for all of Acadiana, pretty much with the exception being Iberia and St. Mary, but they may as well have just included these parishes in this flood watch, as it looks like we'll continue to see rainfall moving across the area through the week ahead. Satellite radar, a lot of energy and moisture moving right into the area. We have an upper level disturbance moving over today as well, so that will enhance the storms. We'll see several waves of storms. We may see one wave this morning. We may get a break at times. It may move temporarily to the north, and then we'll see more storms developing through the afternoon, albeit a little more scattered in nature later on today. So we're in the 60s, 63 in Lafayette, 61 in New Iberia. Here's the latest future track. It has storms continuing to move right overhead through mid-morning, and then trying to move to the north a bit during the afternoon. So we may get a break at times. That would be much needed. And then scattered storms continuing through the late afternoon and through the evening hours, and then mostly cloudy skies overnight tonight. For tomorrow, could see a few more showers, but the rain tomorrow would be a lot lighter than what we're anticipating today. Here's the latest from our future track model in terms of rainfall totals. Anywhere along I-10, that's where we could see 2 to 4 inches of rainfall, maybe some isolated higher amounts, but it looks like rain totals will be lower across southeastern portions of Acadiana, because it looks like the upper level feature will move mainly across northern areas of Acadiana. So that should really localize that heavier rainfall across those areas, right along Highway 190, maybe along I-10 as well. Severe weather threat is low. We're watching for a storm that could produce some rotation, could gain some of that rotation. Maybe a damaging wind gust, but again, I'm just not saying it because moisture levels are so high in the atmosphere. We're in the 60s for today, potentially getting into the lower 70s temporarily, upper 50s to lower 60s for tonight. The temperature forecast will be tricky here through the next few days because we'll have a front that will come in and stall right overhead. So northern areas of Acadiana and central parts of the state could be in the 50s for highs. Southern areas and coastal areas could be in the lower 70s for highs. So where exactly does that front set up? That will determine your high temperatures each day. So temperature forecast will be tricky. The one thing that won't be tricky, the rain chances each day, as it looks like we'll have to keep them in the forecast, especially today. Isolated showers for tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. More upper-level features moving overhead with southwesterly flow, and we'll have a front in close vicinity, in close proximity, and that will also spawn the showers. We have a main frontal passage that will be coming in on Thursday, so another high rain chance on Thursday, maybe some more heavier rainfall on Thursday as well, followed by a clearing trend for Friday. So 71 your high today, widespread storms, flood watch in effect, heavy rain possible, a southeast wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. 7-day forecast has isolated showers Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Another high rain chance on Thursday, followed by clearing out Friday and Saturday, and turning a bit cooler. Highs getting into the upper 50s for Friday.
Just a little bit of everything right there except the sunshine.
Yeah, I really will see a lot of sun through the next 5 to 7 days here. Maybe some sun at times if we're lucky, but a lot of clouds.
All right. We thank you for that, Trevor. If you want to check out the stories you see this morning and your local weather forecast, remember to log on to our website at KLFY.com. Coming up on Passe Partout this Sunday morning, how you can recognize a new twist to an old romance scam.